Okay, so I'm about to give this little girl a little bit of a brush. So this is Honey, and this is Ruby Chow's little puppy. And we did a bit of brushing last night, but you know what? Sometimes I think it's important to show people how to do it. You want to pick a time when you've got a new puppy. Oh, she's just a little shiver. It's a little chilly back here. Pick a time when puppy is not too excited. So we don't want to do it while he's in the middle of a play, because he'll just try to bite and nip at you. We're going to use a brush like this, and it's got a little bit of it's very, very sharp. So if you've got children, don't use this brush on them when they're brushing their puppies. Try one with a little smaller little knobs on the end of it, because we don't want to make it hurt, and this can hurt and scratch skin. So we're going to do this very carefully. You're a good boy. Oh, the good girl, Honey. So Honey's here. She's going to sit in my lap, and we're just going to cuddle with her. I'm going to show her this little thing here. Yes, I'm going to. Yes, I'm going to show her. So part of what we're doing is we're just handling her as well, right? So we want to make sure that we're handling all the parts of her body. And it's a good girl. So we're just going to stand her up here nicely. This is a great thing to do when you're holding your puppy. You know, stop a bit, give her a rub. It should be really, really pleasant, and we don't need to rush at it. It's not a big, fast thing. You're not putting her on a table for a groomer. You're just getting her used to a groomer, so a groomer can handle her when she gets older. So, you know, this is a good time to handle those little toes. We got to cut those toenails. I did them the other day, but I'm going to do a little bit here. What a good girl. What a good girl. Now, since Honey's not really fussy for being on her back, this is a great time to pull her over on her back. Give her a little belly rub. Oh, yes, make her very comfortable and secure. She's a good girl. Yes, she's a good girl. Yes, she says, I'm just a little shaken right now. Are you nervous? Yeah. When they do this, it's been chilly out too, so, you know, all right. So we're going to do the bottom of the feet here. Yeah, that's a good girl, Honey. And then we're going to do this foot. Yes, we are. We're going to do the toes. Here we go. See, now we're handling those feet. The nice thing about handling a dog's feet is making sure that if there's ever a problem where the toe is cut or something, we're not absolutely freaked out about being handled on their feet. It's going to be painful enough. So we want to make sure at least that they have they're used to it, okay? So here we go. We're just giving her a nice little brushing. Oh, we're going to roll her on her back. Yes, she's a good girl. What a good girl, Honey. What a good girl. We're going to tell her what a nice girl. Now, if she's going to start to bite at my little brush here, I'd stop for a second. If she's going to squirm a little bit, as soon as she starts squirming a little bit, we're going to stop for a sec. You might want to cut some of this hair away from the little bit of her eyes. I haven't done any of this yet, because really and truly, she's your puppy, and you want to see her as sweet as she is. But truthfully, just a minute, I'll show you. It's a little bit of hair here. Let me turn her over here so you can see her. A little bit of hair right between the eyes here, right? And it kind of sticks up. And it traps a bit of goobies from the tear staining and the dust in the house or dust outside. So there's a little bit here on both sides. There's a little bit here, right here. We want to chop that off with a pair of scissors, and right about here, your groomer will do that for you, but be careful. You can actually buy scissors that have a little rounded end on them, and if you're going to be cutting around their eyes, you want to make sure you're really careful. Your dog is really secure. Another thing you want to look at is the hair that's in their ears. That actually should be trimmed out as well. Some groomers are still plucking. There's a debate about whether plucking is good or whether just cutting the hair is better, depending on who you talk to. So as long as she doesn't have any problems with her ears, and some dogs chronically have ear problems, some dogs can have as much hair in their ears as ever and never have a problem with ears. So that's just something that you should be aware of, and that you need to keep those ears cleaned in that ear channel. So there's the hair there. So that here, we just chop all this off. As she gets a little older and you take her to the groomer's going to clean this off, probably clean this hair here off of here and down here, and they have a bit of what's called a doodle clip. And so it leaves the nice hair around the bottom, but it cleans this part and gives a bit more air circulation to the hair. So we're just going to give her a little brush on the head, and Honey's doing a really good job here at this, yes. So yeah, just woke her up, so she's just kind of still a little bit more relaxed. We want her like that. I wouldn't do this if I was in the middle of a rampant play with her. It's like, you know what, she's going to turn around, she's going to want to bite you a little bit. Other place we want to deal with hair is around her little bottom area here. It tends to get a lot of hair there, and kind of traps a bit of bacteria, and we want to keep that as clean as possible as well. That's a good girl, Honey. Yeah, it's a good girl. Let me do your back. What a good girl. Yes, Honey's a good girl. Honey's a good girl. That's a good girl. So that's pretty much all we do with grooming. We just want to take our time. Like I said, if she's going to start chewing or biting on anything, we'd stop for a second. If she's going to squirm a little bit, we're going to stop, hold her a little snug until she stops squirming, but we're not going to continue grooming her if she's protesting. We're going to stop, we're going to go back to petting, we're going to go back to the holding and the holding of this and this. I mean, it's just so important to touch your puppy in every place you can and to make sure that they're comfortable laying on their back with you. That's another really important thing for a puppy, because some puppies, and Honey's one of them, she's not really fussy to be rolled and submitted on her back. She's a pretty secure girl, and she's going to push boundaries probably a little bit. She's very sweet. There we go. That's a good Honey girl. That's a good Honey girl. Oh, dear, good girl. Want to give her scratches on her belly? See, and then we're going to give her a little scratch, and maybe her little foot's going to go a little bit, hey? Is her foot going to go a little bit, hey? Is her foot going to go a little bit, hey, honey? Hi, honey, honey. Hey, honey, honey, honey. What a good girl. What a good girl. You want to get a foot going? Hey, you want to get a foot going there? Hey, you want a foot go? Sometimes if you give them a nice little belly rub, they get their foot going here, and they got to give them a little scratch. Oh, there she goes. She says, I'm going to scratch a little tiny bit. Oh, there I go. Here I go. I'm going to scratch. Oh, yes, I got to scratch. She just can't help herself. She just can't help myself. I got to scratch. There we go. So that's Honey and grooming. Like I said, important tool, important thing, and it should always be in a relaxed time. Children are going to be grooming. Don't use a really sharp, even use a comb if you have to. I have a comb here as well, which is really quite nice for that kind of stuff. That's a good girl, Honey. So that's a good girl. Yeah, she says, I'm a really good little girl. And you know, she says, I'm not showing you my true colors right now because sometimes I can be quite feisty. Sometimes when those other big doggies are bugging me, I just tell them right off. Yes, I do. Okay, so let's see what we can do to get Honey to stop. I didn't bring any food out here today because I wanted to see if I could work with her without food today. She's had a breakfast, and it was a good breakfast, so... What's that? Hey? What's that? What's that? Hey, honey? What's that? What's that? I think I'll play with that now. Maybe I will. I think maybe I'll play with that, because I think I might like that. That might be fun to play with. That might be fun to play with. Oh, that's a good girl. He's a good girl. What you got? Hey, what's you got? Hey, should we put you down on the floor now? Hey, should we try and put you down on the floor and move the chair out of the way? Move the chair out of the way. Let's get the chair out of the way and let's see if we can put this on the floor. All right, honey. Honey, honey, honey. We go right to the floor. Let's see if we can turn this back. Let's put this back just a smidgen here. Be back in my space here where I have. There we go. Now we can see the floor. So. Oh, there. Oh, what you got? Hey, honey, honey, let's go. Let's go, honey. What's this? Hey. You know what? I'll probably have to stop and put her out for a pee because I just got her out of her bed. So, what's that? Oh, we can put you out for a pee here pretty quick, hey? We go for a pee. What's that? Oh, what's that? Hey, what's this? Hey, Sniffer Dipper. Oh, what you got? Hey, Sniffer. Oh, what you got? Hey, that's what you got. Hey, you got a toy. She says, I'm going to play with my toy. I'm going to take it. Take it, honey. Oh, take it. Take it, honey. Oh, take it. Oh, take it. Okay, honey. Take it, honey. Take it, honey. Good girl. Take it. Good girl, honey. Take it. Oh, take it. Out. Good girl. Okay, let's go. Hey, okay, take it. Take it. Oh, okay, take it. Take it. Take it. Oh, she says, I'm going to scratch a little now. Going to scratch. Okay. What you got? Hey, what's this? Hey, what's this? Oh, what have I got, honey? Take it. Oh, take it, honey. Oh, take it. Oh, let's go for a little walk. Take it. So we want her to bite on this and bite hard. She gets used to it. Retrievers have a fairly soft bite, and so do poodles. They can chomp down, but normally. So if we teach her how to take things, then we go out. Good girl, honey. And she drops it, and that's a good girl. Take it there. Take it. What a good girl. Oh, take it. There you go, honey. What you got? Oh, we got some fluffies in your mouth. We don't want no fluffies, hey? Wanna go outside for a pee-pee? Hey, we have to pee. Oh, what is that? What have we got? Hey, take it. Take it, honey. Oh, good girl. Take it. Sit. Good girl, honey. And down. Down. What's this? You want it? Want that toy? Do you want that toy? Do you? Hey. What's this? Penny has to go for a pee, I bet. Yep, let's just turn this off for half a second and put her outside because I think